Simon Harris and the Irish government have once again told the Irish people, the ethnically Irish people, that they will do anything apart from help their own people. Of course, we know they're bringing over 52 Palestinians from the Middle East, giving them shelter, water, food, free healthcare, free accommodation. They're bringing over hundreds of thousands of people from Ukraine, IPAS centers, from the Middle East, from Africa, war-torn parts of the world. They're giving everything to everybody else in the world, but the Irish people are left to rot, die in the streets. It's disgusting. You have Irish men and women dying on the side of the road, can't eat, can't drink water. They're left homeless to starve, no accommodation, no healthcare. And the foreigners, they get everything. Today we have another disgusting news story. This is from Friday, the 5th of September. Today, it says Ireland sending €500,000, $500,000, for Afghanistan earthquake relief. I actually think they're trying to troll the Irish public now. They are trying to start a civil war in this country. This is another bullshit article. Where's my t-shirt? Where's my t-shirt? The Irish government do not care about you anymore. Understand this. The mainstream media, along with the Irish government, are in cahoots and they hate us all. They want to see us all die. It says Ireland has provided €3 million to the UN-managed Afghanistan Humanitarian Fund. Humanitarian? Afghanistan is a disaster. They already have the Taliban there. That's a humanitarian disaster. So why would they care even about a little bit of an earthquake? An earthquake is nothing. The Taliban can break open your door and kill you and your whole family, behead everybody. So why they care about a little flippin' earthquake is ridiculous. Hello, we have 16,000 homeless people dying on the side of the street in no accommodation, no shelter. We have crime through the roof in this country. The money is not being put into where it should be put into. You understand? This is why there's loads of people running for office. Nick Delahanty, McGregor, all these different people. We need to bring in a more right-leaning government. This woke, liberal, left-wing agenda narrative that they've had in the government for the last 50 years, 100 years probably, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, Sinn Féin, is not working. We need to bring in a more conservative, more right-leaning government. Right off the bat, that's the first thing we should do. That might help the situation a little bit more. 100%. This is absolutely crazy. I can't even believe Simon Harris is in the middle of a scandal for Justice for Harvey, hashtag Justice for Harvey on X, because he let a poor 9-year-old kid die waiting 8 years for scoliosis treatment when it should have only taken 4 months. It's been over 8 years. Absolutely disgusting. Let's read this bullshit article. The government will send $500,000 to support humanitarian relief efforts in Afghanistan after Sunday's devastating earthquake. More than 1,000 people died and thousands more were injured when the magnitude 6 earthquake struck with the border of Pakistan. Ireland will contribute $500,000 to the International Federation for the Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies. Now, I have a heart. County Gaines has a heart. I want to see everyone happy, healthy. I would never want to see one starving child in the world ever. But that being said, we have 16,000 people here that are dying and homeless. There's only 1,000 people that are dying, that have been killed, and many more injured, but nowhere near 16,000. So if the Irish government were to give us that amount of money, they would be giving the homeless people €8 million. Where is the €8 million for the homeless Irish people? Where is the €8 million for the dying on the side of the street homeless Irish people? It's nowhere. They will never give any money to the Irish people. The government hate our own people. Disgusting. I couldn't even believe that this goddamn news story existed. It's ridiculous. Ireland is such a small country. For us to be even giving money to anywhere in the Middle East is ridiculous. How about Middle Eastern countries give them supplies, water, helicopters? How about they give them that stuff? We are a country on the west of Europe. We have nothing to do with Afghanistan. I don't understand. And I'm sure there's some great people from Afghanistan. I'm sure there's some great people, patriots that want to see the country good. I'm sure of it. But at the same time, we need to start caring for Ireland first. We need to put our own country first and forget the rest of the world for a little while. For at least 5 years, shut down the country, do an audit of who is here, and then we can start rolling out these earthquake relief funds. I mean, it's just trivial at best. And of course, we have Graham Linehan here The Father Ted co-creator arriving for his trial over the alleged harassment of a trans woman. Absolutely ridiculous. So the absolute legend that Graham Linehan is arrived at the court yesterday, and he started collaborating with another YouTuber who I see over on his own channel, putting on a sign across his chest that says there's no such thing as a trans child. Very true. We love this, guys. Absolutely. It's great to see pushback. Of course, I don't want to see any person that has gender dysphoria upset or anything like that, but getting arrested for a joke is ridiculous. This is where the line stops, guys. You know, there's a line in the sand that has to be right there, that if anyone tries to put you in jail for not supporting or making jokes or whatever, this kind of LGTV, that has to be prevented, guys. You know, you have to have freedom of speech. And like I said, I don't want to see anybody's rights stripped away. Not at all. I want to see more rights for everybody. But at the same time, you can't have this. Let's watch the legend troll the Irish media and the British media, I believe, actually.
You have a few words ahead of today's appearance.
Wow. A very clear and concise message. Keep men out of women's sports. Anybody that wants to compete with women that's a man is a strange individual as it is. Just putting that out there. Very, very strange individual. So he's arriving at court, and he decided to put on... So someone starts running at him, trolling him.
You harassed my family, Graham. You've got a lot of victims. You've got a lot of victims harassing my family.
Someone's saying he harassed my family. They're trying to now heckle him in front of the court. Disgusting, guys. The woke left have no morals. You know, it's disgusting. This Marxist left have no morals. And this is now the British society. I think Britain is absolutely finished. Ireland is quickly on the same track. But it's disgusting to see that now jokes are being prosecuted. People get arrested in Scotland. People get arrested in England. There's a lot of people getting arrested for jokes. And now it almost seems like you can't say anything without going to jail on the internet. Even if you want to make a joke. Comedy has been killed in the UK. It seems like the US comedy is taken off because they still have that sort of freedoms to make jokes. The last news story we have here today is from Real News Era. This is a viral trending story. Again, from yesterday, it says the migrant who sexually assaulted a 14-year-old girl sparked Epping Asylum Hotel protests in England. So England has the exact same problem as us with the migrants and the iPass centres, and just a disaster, complete nightmare. The country, Keir Starmer, is not handling it well. It's almost seeming like they're doing it on purpose. Let's be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. I think a lot of people are ignoring that sort of, you know, elephant in the room. It is done by design now. This isn't done on, you know, by accident or anything. This is done on purpose. Okay. So Hadush Kabatu has been found guilty of all 5 offenses, including sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl. Yeah, I mean, it's just horrendous. So people coming over from iPass centers, whatever. The cultures obviously don't mix. There has to be some sort of cultural inclusivity or something, somehow to, you know, make people more understanding of Irish cultures if they're coming here to help work and stuff. But most of the people aren't coming here to work. I would say 90% of immigration into Ireland, the UK, is just, should not be there. Absolutely not. They should have nobody there. 90% of people. But some people obviously work, help contribute. Like I said, we can have that discussion, a few different people. But when the entire society has changed like it has over the last 20 years, it's a disaster. I would call for a complete stop to it, at least for a few years. Because it's just, nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows who's working, who's on the dole, who's taking welfare, who's actually helping to contribute. It's just a complete free-for-all. And these news stories are every single day. Hadush Kabatu. Like, how is this guy supposed to be fitting into UK society? It needs to be more of a, if you don't fit in, deported straight away. So let me know your thoughts on that. If you guys want to support me, hit the join link underneath the video. We have 22 members now, new members every day, new videos every single week. If you want to support me, hit the subscribe button as well. 80% of people aren't subscribed, so I really appreciate that. And yeah, let me know in the comments what other videos you want me to react to. I'm looking for ideas, so if anybody has ideas, email me, chrisstrausswalsh@gmail.com, or hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.